I'm Molly Armstrong.
And I'm Garrett Weiss.
And welcome to this week's episode of SVSN.
Welcome back, Molly.
Thanks.
I missed you.
I missed you too.
Even though Taryn was a lovely anchor, I don't think she's fit for it.
I think she did a great job. I watched the broadcast last week. I was very impressed with her performance. Good job, Taryn.
Good job. Okay, here at Baden High School, we have some really good spellers. And you know what you do when you're a good speller? You go to the spelling bee.
Right.
So we have Andrew Thompson is covering the spelling bees. Up to you, Andrew.
This past Wednesday was the 2016 Spelling Bee, Pike County. Let's see how it all went down.
Overall, there were 34 contestants in the 2016 Pike County Spelling Bee. Third place was Bronwyn Spencer, second place was Emma D'Amico, and the first place winner was Callian Owens, winning on the word buckwheat. All of them going to Piketon. The competition lasted 12 rounds. The judges included Christina Martin, Bob Crabtree, and Mary Ellen Cox. Congratulations to all the contestants. Back to you, Molly and Garrett.
Thank you, Andrew. All right, just like last podcast, Molly, I have a word for you to spell.
Okay.
It is supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Okay. supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
That was correct. Well,
Thank you. You know what else that word is in, Garrett?
what, Molly?
Mary Poppins, Piketon's upcoming musical.
Really?
Yeah. Shows are actually this weekend. They're on March 4th, 5th, and 6th. We'll have a number that you can call to reserve tickets.
Somewhere
Somewhere
up
around
top,
here.
down the low side, somewhere, maybe on a screen like right here. I don't know. Whatever our editor feels like doing. But speaking about songs, you know, Kanye West has a lot of popular songs.
Right?
But he doesn't have a popular clothesline because his clothes are like outrageously high, which is putting him in debt.
Yeah.
Because who wants to buy a ripped up sweater that's $2,000?
Not me.
This shirt is like $5.
Well, now that we know that Garrett wears cheap clothing, we have a report on Kanye West and the personal debt that he's in. Patrick has more on this. Out to you, Patrick.
I'm Patrick Kelly Jenkins here with your general news. Kanye West has recently came out that he's $53 million in debt. $53 million in debt. To anyone else that brings in an average income, that'd be an incredible amount. But for Kanye West, it's no biggie. Kanye West's $53 million is equivalent to the average American that brings in $55,000 in a yearly salary and carries $127,000 in debt. So, for all you Kanye haters out there, Kanye is in no pickle. Keep it straight, Kanye. Keep producing that art. Back to you, Molly and Garrett.
Thanks, Patrick. Garrett, did you know that Kanye West was actually a college dropout?
No, I did not. Maybe that's why he's in debt. I don't know.
Could be.
Maybe he didn't finish his math because he's in debt. Math is money. If you don't know that stuff, then you're in debt.
Now, as usual here on SVSN, we like to include some real-world issues. And here to give us that information this week is our field reporter, Tetiana. She's doing a report over the Apple versus the government controversy. Out to you, Tetiana.
Thank you, Molly and Garrett. Tetiana Nuhaieva here, and I will be reporting to you on the feud between the FBI and Apple Incorporated. As a result of the shooting in San Bernardino, California that occurred in late 2015, the FBI has taken Apple to court, trying to demand that they create a software key, in other words, the ability to hack into their customers' devices. While we believe the FBI's intentions are good, it would be wrong for the government to force us to build a backdoor into our products, and ultimately we fear that this demand will undermine the very freedoms and liberty our government is meant to protect, said Apple on their website. If you would like to know more, please visit apple.com. Back to you, Molly and Garrett.
Thanks, Tetiana. It was a very informative report.
Yes. Now, all of you that have turned 18, you can finally donate blood. And if you are interested in donating some blood, our Piketon High School annual blood drive is coming up. And Alex has more on that. Out to you, Alex.
Thanks, Molly and Garrett. The American Red Cross will be hosting a blood drive on March 10, 2016 in Piketon High School's gymnasium in memory of Zach Farmer. Students who wish to donate blood must be at least 16 years of age with a parent's consent, eat a healthy breakfast, have at least 8 hours of sleep, and to stay hydrated. Anyone wishing to donate blood must bring a photo ID, a parental consent form, a list of medications if there are any. To register, you must call Mr.Williams at her office for an appointment time. I'm Alex Waddle with SVSN. Back to you, Molly and Garrett.
Thank you, Alex. Molly, would you ever donate blood?
I think I would.
There's a lot of people out there that are definitely afraid of needles. I'm not, but I'm just saying.
I'm not either.
Some people cry. But I think I would.
Yeah, I think I would too. Everybody should.
They should. The more blood, the merrier. Bloody Mary. Alright. So, do you have something for our next report?
Yeah? Don't tell me what it is. Don't tell me.
Guys.
Oh! Right? Remember last week we learned about Evita,
Yeah, we did.
the Spanish club. This week we're going to learn a little bit about the history club. And Sara has more on that. Out to you, Sara.
Thanks, Molly and Garrett. I'm here today with Mr. Williams, the advisor for the History Club. I also have a special guest today, Braylie Spencer, who will be throwing shade, so to speak, for Mr. Williams' lack of follow-through thus far.
Lack of all the follow-through.
Yes. Okay, so Mr. Williams, first question. What made you decide to restart the History Club?
Well, I wanted to, have an opportunity to have more history outside of the classroom again. The fun things of watching some TV shows and movies, doing some other activities that are more hands-on that you can't really do in a classroom. I wanted to bring that back to the wonderful students at Piketon High School.
So does that mean the History Club's going to actually have meetings this year?
Yes. Probably. Hopefully. We've had one.
Okay, what will be addressed at this meeting?
History.
Is anything going to be addressed at these meetings?
Yeah, we'll
that are
talk.
supposedly happening.
We'll talk about the things we'll be doing. Maybe we can work on a few field trips, a few movie nights, and things like that.
All right. What are some activities that the History Club will do?
Well, we would like to have some traditional movie nights, maybe watch some old Disney cartoons. Those are always great. Have a 50s dance, maybe, if we can, and some other things like that.
So does that mean the History Club's actually doing things this year?
Yes. Hopefully. Yes.
Okay, lastly, what can you tell us about the 50s dance that has been in the works for over a year?
Is anything actually in the works, Mr. Williams?
Well, it's been in the works for like 3 years, maybe. I think I came up with the idea when you guys were like sophomores,
Yeah.
Yep.
and I
Yeah.
continuously keep pushing it back, but now I have to do it because you're graduating.
And we're also doing this interview, so
Yes.
you had to keep your word this time.
Yeah.
Well,
Carrie Ryder will come and
Yes.
she will find you.
that is true. We're going to try to, get some 50s music, have a 50s dance where you can come dressed in costume of the 50s if you want, and just have a nice, wholesome, clean-cut 50s get-down.
So
if
there
you
will be no twerking.
no twerking.
No twerking.
Elvis didn't twerk.
We don't know what he did in his free time. Mr.
Well, we
Williams.
couldn't see from the waist down on those old videos. So maybe he was twerking. I don't know.
So, are you bringing a date to this dance, Mr. Williams?
Yes, I am. I am bringing a date to this dance. The 1950s actress Barbara Billingsley, who played June Cleaver on Leave It to Beaver. I will be bringing this piece of paper with me as my dates from the 1950s.
Are you gonna tape it on a mannequin so you can dance with it?
Yes.
Good idea.
Mr. Williams, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you for tolerating this interview. And also thanks to Braylie for throwing shade so that I did not have to.
No
Also,
problems.
a special shout out to Carrie Ryder for finally getting this History Club thing started because Mr. Williams would not have done it otherwise.
Thank you,
Nope.
Carrie.
I'm Sara Gillman, SVSN.
Thanks, Sara. Garrett, do you like nachos?
I love nachos.
What kind of nachos?
Nachos.
You like meat on them?
Meat, cheese, tomatoes,
Sour
sauce,
cream?
sour cream.
Like all that?
I love all that.
Well, okay, SVSN's very own B Daddy also likes nachos.
Does he?
Yeah. B-Daddy has more on nachos. Out to you, B-Dad.
Hello everybody, and welcome to Brunch with B-Dad. And this afternoon, I'm in the cafeteria where I like to eat nachos every Friday. And I'm not talking about the nacho cheese Doritos you open, because those, they're not real nachos. And I like the real deal. So what I do, I go to Walmart, go down the chip aisle where they have all these chips, find the biggest bag of Tostitos nacho chips they have. And then you say, where you get the cheese? And then, B-Dad says, well, the cheese things, they're sitting right in front of the nacho chips. So you find the one you desire and you pick it, no matter if it's spicy or just regular or medium. You pick it. And then you say, Baden, where do I get the meat? And then you say, well, you go see Fred down there in the meat department and he'll hook you up with some hamburger. And then you say, well, how do I cook the nachos? Well, I say, go get a large plate at your house, put some chips on it. And then they say, got that, baby. And then you say, how you cook the meat and put the cheese on it? And I say, well, you need a bowl for the cheese. You mix it up a little bit, nice and fine, so it ain't all sticky and stuff when you get it. You want it to be nice and smooth. So I say, put it in the microwave about 30 seconds. So they do that. And they say, B-Dad, I got meat. What do I do with the meat? Well, you just make it like you're making tacos. And then they say, well, I got that. And they say, now I got these three things in individual. And they say, how do I cook the nachos? Well, I say, you see the plate? You put it in front of you. You see the cheese? You take your spoon and you just kind of drizzle it over of however much you want. And then you say the meat, well, you put all that meat on there, or however much you want. And then they say, that's it? And I say, well, there's one thing I'm forgetting here. Jalapenos if you like them. And they say, jalapenos? I really don't like jalapenos. Nah, you don't gotta put them on the nachos. And then they say, I like tomatoes. And I go, well, chop up the tomato, and you put it on your nachos. And there you go, you got nachos. This has been Brunch with B-Dad. Thanks for watching, everybody. Let's send it back to the studio with Molly and Garrett.
Thanks, B-Dad. That was a lovely report on nachos.
You mess up once, and they never let you live it down. Now, before we make fun of me more, let's take it out to the Sports Center team. Make sure that I said that right. Garrett.
Welcome back to the 17th episode, right? Of SVSN. I'm your sports anchor, Gabe Burkheimer.
I'm your sports anchor, Brad Sickle.
No, Brad. An apple is a very important part of a healthy diet. Yes, it is, and it also helps with muscles and bones. Yeah, strong bones. Yeah, strong bones. Speaking of strong bones, I believe there's a powerlifting meet not too long ago.
Yeah,
you hear something about that? I don't personally know anything about that. I'm pretty sure Hank Sparkman does. Out to you, Hank, with powerlifting.
This is Hank Sparkman here with SVSN News. I'm here to tell you about the Piketon powerlifting meet and the South Point powerlifting meet that we've had in the past 2 weeks.
The Piketon powerlifting meet was held on February 14th. The results of the Piketon powerlifting meet was as followed. Third place, Waverly. Second place, Piketon. First place was Willisburg. The Piketon team then went up to South Point. The results of the South Point meet were as followed. South Point was second place and Piketon was first place. The girls also got first place in the girls powerlifting meet. Overall, all the teams did their best and showed for it too.
Now that's awesome. The sports news team also works out, but due to Ms. Cook not getting us weights, this is how we have to lift. Back to you, Gabe and Brad.
Very good, Hank. That was quite interesting. Have you ever dreamed that you were a knight fighting off a dragon before? You know, Brad, I have. There was a princess in a tower, and I had to slay the dragon to get the princess. Yeah. What? Was you a gold knight? Was you a black knight? What kind of knight were you? I was a black knight. Really? Yes. Well, in my dream, I was a knight from KCU. Oh, you must be talking about Kentucky Christian University. Yes. You know, interestingly enough, Brad, Cameron Chitwood just signed there to play football. Did he really? Indeed he did. And Eric has more on Chitwood signing with KCU. Out to you, Eric.
Thanks, Brad and Gabe. I'm here now with the Cameron Chitwood. So I heard you signed with KCU.
Yeah, Eric, I did.
That's good. What's your plans for college?
I plan on going to school, taking nursing, get my RN license after 4 years, and get my bachelor's. And then go to school, in graduate school, to get my master's as a nurse practitioner.
That's good. You know what position you'll be playing this year? KCU.
Defensive end.
Defensive end.
Yeah.
It's a good position.
Yep.
So, what's a word out you could give for your fellow senior classmates here at Piketon High School?
I mean, college is going to be rough. Just go with the flow.
What's your one word for them for college?
One word. Sleep.
Sleep it is. Hold on, one more thing.
Yeah.
Chitwood, what kind of day is it?
It's a great day to be at Piketon Red Street.
Back to you, Brad and Gabe.
That was a really good report, Eric. That was. It was very tasty. Yes, tasty. Delicious. Well, I don't know what you're laughing at, Brad. But I don't know about you, but I'm ready to get active. I won't make you laugh, Gabe. Don't you know? I don't laugh. I'm very serious. Here. Try it again. Well, that is all we have for today, folks. I'm sorry. I'm very, very sorry. Here's an apple. I'm your sports anchor, Gabe Burkheimer. And I'm your other sports anchor, Bradley Sickles. And to all you up there in the valley, keep it tasty. That came out of nowhere, Gabe. That's what I'd say, but
Nuhaieva here, and I will be reporting to you on the apple. The apple. Yeah, the apple. I keep saying
Okay.
No, sorry, we can't say that. We can't say something. But you better stop! You better stop right now! I'm trying not to laugh.
Not so.